with his Christmas hat and his festive tie. Let's see what he opens today. What's under his tree this time on this jolly holiday? It's a Christmas pleasure. It's a seasonal measure. String up the lights, open the gift box, smile at the stuff you'll see on Fox. He likes to impersonate Santa.
Happy holidays, all my brony friends. Ordinarily around this time I'd be watching the Opus and Bill Christmas special, but today I thought I'd do something a little more festive. So today I thought I'd take a look at the only Christmas special that My Little Pony Friendship is Magic has done. That is, of course, Hearth Warming Eve. And spoiler alert, I don't like this episode very much.
And most of that is due to this episode's writer, Meriwether Williams, who has written some of the most disappointing and in most cases atrocious episodes of the series.
I'm sure there are plenty of fans out there that do actually enjoy this episode far more than I do, and more power to you if you do. So I decided not to tackle this episode alone. I actually got a very good brony analyst friend of mine to help along. Let me just get her on the phone.
Hello?
Hey, Crows, it's Chris.
Who?
The top 10 brony tubers guy.
Oh!
Anyway, I'm doing a review of Hearth Warming Eve. You think you'd be interested in doing a collab review with me?
You must be kidding.
Huh?
After you snubbed me in that top 10 video you did, that I'd want to collaborate with you?
Yes? Oh, there's plenty more where that came from.
Hello?
Hey KP, it's Chris. I'm doing a review of Hearth Warming Eve. You think you'd be interested in collaborating with me?
I don't think so.
Why not?
Do you know how many shipping comments I've gotten about Anthony C because of your stupid videos?
A lot?
Yeah, Chris, a lot. And it's all your fault.
Oh, for the love of RJ Mitty, will anybody do the review with me?
Hey!
Ah,
I'd like to review this episode with you.
PixieBlossom, do you like this episode?
Not one bit. In fact, I despise it.
Oh, thank goodness. We'll make a great team. Wait a minute. How are you talking to me? I hung up the phone. Are you in my head? I knew I should have talked to my doctor about this prescription.
So, are we going to review this?
Why do we plan to do that? You're clearly a schizophrenic illusion.
Try taking an overdose.
Well, you're the boss.
Oh, hey, what the hey? I was kidding.
Well, it's too late now! What is happening?
I don't know.
Yeah!
Wow, that actually worked.
Yep, that was a pretty epic transportation sequence, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought it was epic when Anthony C did it.
Hey, he used a pistol. This was completely different.
Can we just review the episode already?
Indeed we can.
Hooray!
Right after the credits.
Oh, for the love of...
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, it's the most beautiful time of the year. Lights filling streets, spreading so much cheer. I should be playing in the winter snow, but I'm only under the mistletoe.
That wasn't so bad, was it? So, our merry little installment begins with the main six on their way to Canterlot.
Oh, I do hope I look festive enough.
Yes, Rarity, you're about as festive as Lady Gaga on the Muppets. Once there, the ponies go backstage to get ready for the traditional Hearth Warming Eve pageant.
And that's one of my big issues with this episode.
How do you mean?
Well, despite being promoted as a Christmas special, there isn't much that's all that Christmassy. Think about it. If you were to delete the opening sequence, you would have no idea that this was meant to be a Christmas episode.
I can't help but agree. Heck, Winter Wrap-Up feels more seasonal compared to this. Why do you suppose they went in that direction?
Probably to keep uptight parents from getting offended.
Well, that certainly didn't stop them in the previous generations.
Why do you own that?
After some backstage drama, Spike quickly gets in the character to narrate the performance. By the way, why is it Spike is always given the announcing duties for these major events in Ponyville?
Maybe it's a race equality thing.
Huh?
Well, he is the only dragon living in Ponyville. Perhaps that gives him special benefits.
Touche. Spike explains that many years ago, the three pony tribes had something of a debacle regarding their food supply. The Fury caused an enormous flurry, and the three tribe leaders, Commander Hurricane, played by Rainbow Dash, Chancellor Puddinghead, played by Pinkie Pie, and Princess Platinum, played by Rarity, have to come up with a plan for the food shortage. As you can imagine, the meeting doesn't go very well. But one Singing in the Rain reference later, the leaders come up with a plan to fix their problem by searching for some new land.
And again, we've reached another glaring issue with this episode.
Do tell.
Well, here we have a perfect opportunity to learn more about Equestria's history. But instead of getting a flashback, we're treated with a reenactment. Do you notice how many times you forget that what you're seeing is supposed to be a play?
True, there is a major inconsistency with how this story is being told. I guess they're trying to get a suspension of disbelief vibe, but it just comes off as cluttered. Heck, I think this episode wouldn't have been that bad if they just fixed one major issue.
What's your issue?
Well, much like you, I dislike the play idea of this episode, but here's my scenario for a better one. If we had it begin with Twilight and her friends being snowed into her treehouse, with the characters utilizing stress and bickering, and forgetting about the true spirit of Hearthswarming Eve, Twilight would have to take out a book showing the history of why we celebrate Hearthswarming Eve and what the true story of it is. Therefore, they can envision themselves in the story as these characters, and therefore learn a valuable lesson in love and tolerance, as the show was essentially made to do. There, mediocre episode fixed.
That could have worked.
I'm glad you think so.
But back to the mediocre special. Eventually, the leaders end up finding their own land. The Pegasi named theirs Pegasopolis, the Earth Ponies named theirs Earth, and the Unicorns named theirs Unicornia.
I see what you did there, Media DHX. Well played.
What did they do?
It's a Generation 3 reference. In Runaway Rainbow, Unicornia is a city that the original Rarity lived in. What a nice little nod.
If you mention Generation 3 again, I'll sell you to a glue factory.
Yeah, okay. The twist is that all three tribes have not only claimed their land at the same time, but in the same area. This, of course, results in more verbal abuses, which causes another storm to erupt. For survival, the ponies take shelter in a nearby cave, where the bickering continues.
Eventually, the storm grows so powerful that the ice engulfs the three leaders, leaving Private Pansy, Smart Cookie, and Clover the Clever to fend for themselves. Believing that they will be frozen, they start to bond with one another, causing their newfound friendship to repel the storm and melt the ice away.
Equestria is founded, everyone is happy and living in harmony, and we get to hear a Hearthswarming Eve carol. Well, that was underwhelming.
Yup.
We should be so honored that Princess Celestia chose us. She must really think we exemplify what good friends are.
By the way, where was Celestia this whole time? You think she'd at least be backstage congratulating them for the good job they did, or at least be watching the show from the balcony somewhere?
Would her appearance really save this episode?
I guess not. In conclusion, I think you and I have made it very clear this isn't a good episode. Personally, with a little more polish and attention to detail, it could have been salvageable. It's definitely not the worst episode of the series. That spot goes to putting your hoof down. But I can safely say that I didn't mind watching it a second time for this review. It has its moments of comedy. Pinky definitely steals the show in this one. But for an episode that wanted to be this generation's Christmas special, it certainly falls flat. What do you have to say about this episode as a whole, Pixie?
I don't like this episode. It's a bad episode, and you should feel bad when watching it.
Hypocrite.
Oh, shut up. Like I said earlier, this episode is full of wasted potential. We could have had a Christmas episode, but nope, in favor of being PC, we had to make it have barely any reference to the holiday. I mean, come on, could have we at least at some point had a Santa pony somewhere? We could have learned more about Equestria's history, but nope, we had to make do with the whole story as a play instead of a flashback. It's bad. This episode is just bad, and I hate it.
You alright there?
I'll be fine. But what's wrong with you?
I don't know!
I think your meds wore off.
Well, at least we finished the review.
Indeed, what excellent timing.
I'm definitely gonna feel this in the morning. To Tiger, Tiger, burning bright. Ah, William H. Macy. What happened? Oh, yeah.
Alright, here we go. Right there.
Opus, you silly penguin.
Merry Christmas.